Rebinding stuff. It'll get outdated, but I'm to have a base route for newer player to at least know where to start. Yeah, sure. You know what? Fuck it. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. We're doing it. Hello and welcome. My screen name is Covert Muffin. This is going to be a very sort of jut and janky. It's not gonna be super fluid. But basically, I'm just going to provide a beginner's route within the first week of what I have done speedrunning this game. There's going to be strats that other people do that I don't do, and strats that I don't necessarily know about. And probably within the next few weeks, this route is going to change drastically. But this is just to provide you with a nice little starting point for if you're interested in picking up the game now. And so the nice thing, too, is that there's not going to be very many like really intensive glitches, only really the beginning of the run, and I'll break those down for you so they won't be too bad. Okay, let's go ahead and get into it. So I'm going to be speedrunning on normal. Easy mode is a little bit faster right now because of a major sequence break that is currently impossible on normal, or it's just not worth it because the amount of time you would have to invest in order to be able to do the sequence break is just not worth it. So we're gonna do normal. I like normal. So timing starts when you create a new file. Right now, that's possibly gonna change. Yada yada yada. Right? And right here in the beginning, what you can do is just quit out and reload the game, and this will save a little time. And this just completely skips the initial cutscene. Hey, Lucy. All right. So right out of the gate, in normal, we need 400 spirit light. So you're going to want to collect every single stationary spirit light on the way, except for maybe like 1 or 2 of them. So here's the first one. This will get us 50. All right, we start with walljump, which is fantastic. Drop down there, don't jump around it. And then you're going to want to jump on this log and hit the further trigger for breaking it because the distance is a little bit longer after you fall. Great. And then coming over here for another EXP orb. And just keep dropping down, right? Just normal progression. Over here is the torch. And we're going to do something really crazy to be able to hold on to this torch. And this is probably going to be the hardest aspects to you as a new runner. Oops. Okay. So go ahead and break this wall and keep going to the left. So here you can do a damage boost across those spikes. I am going to have to take a death, so I'm just going to take one here so I can damage boost. But it's going to be important that you want to be on 3 health. You want to be on 3 health. Because right here is going to be a big sequence break. Normally, you're supposed to go down here and through a waterfall. However, what you're going to do is jump off this ledge here and get a really high jump. If you're standing too close to the ledge when you try and do it, you're going to bonk your head. So make sure you're jumping from far away to get high enough. Then, when you're in the air, we can actually hover and, like, float by doing an up attack and moving sideways through the air. So if you're on controller, this will be a little bit simpler because you just hold the analog stick at a diagonal and do it. On keyboard and mouse, you have to hold down W and A or W plus D, and then just repeatedly attack. And you can, like, mash this to good regard because there is a slight buffer system in this game. So just go ahead and do this, and repeat attack, and then wall jump off that ledge when you get there. And you'll notice I was, like, hanging around this edge for a little bit. I did, like, an extra swing. So go ahead. You don't have to do it right when you hit the wall. You can kind of, like, hover there for, like, a swing or 2, and then jump up. Then, here's going to be this is going to be the hard part. We have to get this keystone, and we can't currently hold on to this moss because we still have the torch. But here, what you can do is jump at a really precise position, and then side attack into this little bit of a ledge here. Yeah, right there. And you can grab onto it. This is going to be the hardest part of doing this route, okay? But this is all very important. This is going to save a significant amount of time, right? And I'm still currently very bad at this jump, so don't worry if this takes you a while to get. There we go. Great. And that gets us this keystone. Next, here, what you're going to do is you're going to jump into this bramble wall and then side attack right after you take damage, and that'll stop you from getting knocked back. Just like that, and then you can jump up and get over. Great. Okay. All right. And then here, go ahead and talk to this dude. He's going to give you the second keystone. Hey, Rufus. All right, and then we are going to go ahead and just continue to go up. Just try not to die to that guy, which I've totally done. Great, and there's the Pupperino in the background. And this is why we're still having the torch. This is entirely the exact purpose why we want the torch. Okay, but first, before you enter the fight, go ahead and drop down here and collect and equip Reckless. Okay, and then here's the dogfight. So, what we're gonna do is we are going to clip out of bounds, and we are going to fall through the floor. The way you do this is right as you die, right before the screen fades to black, you want to attack. If you do this correctly, your character will attack on respawning, and you will fall through the floor. This is a extremely precise timing press. A bit of voodoo, I'm going to stand right... Oh, no, not right there. All right. Okay, I got it. So there, all because I was able to hold on to the attack, I was able to get through. You'll notice, though, because I wasn't holding down on a movement direction to the right as I was falling, I ended up getting stuck and taking a death. So make sure, after you get the fall, start holding to the right. So let's show this again, because I didn't quite get the setup. Just stand here. Alright, didn't get it, it's fine. Got it, nice. Holding to the right. And now we are over here. Next, stand about here, not all the way to the right, and then just tap downwards. And that'll get you through the floor, and congratulations, you have successfully sequence break the doggo chase. Next, we could go over and get Spirit Edge, but because we have the torch, we can't actually equip any abilities right now. So we're just going to fall down here and continue making our way to double jump. Here we're going to grab this EXP now, just because it's a little bit more convenient to do so. Then over here, you can do a nice little torch flight glitch again to hover over to this thing, or you can just wall jump up this side, right? Great. And then here's another little torch flight. This one does save a significant amount of time. This skips an arena. Then just coming up here, we're going to get double jump and continue on. Great. So up above, there's a shard for sticky, which allows you to hold on to walls. We're going to skip that. We don't need it. You don't need it. But now we have double jump. So here, just go ahead and continue to backtrack. I like being a little fancy with throwing in a jump right here to jump off this left wall. And then jumping past these spikes with another torch side attack, etc., etc. Don't worry too much about all these small little movement optimizations, right? But feel free to throw in however many you like. Great. Next here, just go ahead and push the block on the elevator, and then just jump down here, and pull the lever. Boop. Game has already been broken? Yeah, that was like day one, man. It's crazy. So here, you don't actually have to kill this slime. You can just jump around him, and then jump over, to the left wall. If that slime gives you some trouble, just go ahead and show him who's boss with the torch. Whack him in the face. Let's go ahead and do this puzzle. I've had this guy clip through this floor before. It's pretty funny. All right. But yeah, go ahead and get your first keystone. We're going to get the second one at the door itself. And then just go ahead and jump back up, however you like to do. Great. All right. So because we already got this EXP, just go ahead and continue to the right here. Here. Oh, this one's a little precise. There we go. Great, and now we are gonna come over to the right and get the sword. So we're gonna be losing the torch in a bit. So we want a way to be able to attack things. But here, when Ori walks right up to the tree, you can actually skip this cutscene. So go ahead and do that, and that'll save a bit of time. Great. Don't worry if the slimes end up hitting you here, that's fine. So over here is Magnet. Absolutely, I 100% suggest getting Magnet, especially when you're starting out. It's super, super nice. All right, this guy's being a little feisty. Oh no, I fell down. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Okay, so here, you can go up and around, but here's just another little torchlight that you can do. It's Bane. Yeah, it's Bane. Don't worry about it, it's Bane. All right. So now we are going to continue on to the 2-key door itself. If you have over 1.5 health remaining, what you can do a little bit of a damage boost as you're double jumping up to get the keystone, and I'll show that off. If I don't have enough, I'll just take an intentional death. Okay, great. I don't. Yeah, so... Oh, wait, no. Now I do. I'll just break that. Cool, now I have enough health. Alright, just skip these enemies. We're gonna need to kill some enemies a little bit later on. Here's the damage boost, right? And that's nice because it pushes you up as well. And then you can throw the keys in this door. Great. So over here to the left is a health cell. If you want an early 4 health, you can totally grab this guy. And the way you're gonna do this, because we have the torch, we can't use the moss, is you have to do a bunch of really precise jumps like this. And then you can come over here for the health cell. I'm gonna skip this. I suggest skipping it. It's pretty tricky jump-wise to get that. So just go ahead and start killing every slime you come across. And the reason for this is that we actually need 400 EXP or 400 Spirit Light at a certain point. But here, just go into this pool and then crouch, and then go ahead and bind Spirit Edge, killing the slime. And then just go ahead and come through this door. Great. So here's another lifestyle fragment or health cell fragment. And so that would get you an early 4 health, but you don't need it. Very important, come over here first and get this 50, right? You'll notice we have 284. We want to have 300 before we see the first cutscene with Shriek. Right, so you can do that by destroying these lanterns. I just suggest destroying slimes. And get regen. Just get regen. There's no reason to skip it. Absolutely no reason. It's very small time loss. Okay. Alright, continuing on. There's gonna be some more slimes. Oh, yeah. You don't have to walk all the way over there. Great. Killing the slimes. Right. And you see I have over 300 EXP, so I'm good to go. So over here, we are going to actually pick up Resilience as a shard. You can damage boost off those spikes if you want. Saves a little bit of time. Instead of using the moss. Just note that these spikes will always damage boost you to the left. Just be aware of that. All right, so here we are. So here you should have over 300 Spirit Light or exactly 300 Spirit Light at this point. This is actually very important. Because the first upgrade is going to cost 400. And it is going to be probably one of the biggest glitches we have in our arsenal right now. For time save. Especially in the early game. Right now we only have 300 though, so we don't quite have enough. So what we'll do is we'll just actually go ahead and drop down here. And grab this one over here. Which is nice because it's going to be a 100 one. And now we have 400. Great. And just go ahead and jump on back up. And we're going to backtrack to the Monkey Man. So over here, you can do what's known as a pogo. While you're in midair, if you attack downwards, it pushes you up a little bit if you hit him. And then it also allows you to double jump again. And that's just enough height to get the rope. If you miss that, there's a pole to the right that you can just climb up. Right, and I can just show that really quickly. There's just a pole over here, right? Just come over to this pole. Oh, and then he just high-fives me. So I'll show that little pogo again. Because we got high-fived. Yeah, alright. Boop. And that saves a little bit of time. Alright. So here we're going to purchase our first skill, which is going to be Sentry. And you may have like just completely ignored Sentry because it's like not amazing in your casual playthrough. However, if we have Sentry and attack, right, and we press up, attack, and Sentry at the same time, we actually get a ton of height. And I just have a bind that just does this for me. If you want to bind it all to one key, the up, attack, and Sentry onto the same key, what you actually need to go and do is find your key rebindings.txt file, which is located in app data. So go to like a window, just open up a folder or something. And then in the search bar, you go to %appdata, APPDATA, then do another %sign. And then just search for that. That'll take you to the app data folder. And then you back out of roaming if it defaults to roaming if you're on Windows 7. And then you find the Will of the Wisp folder. And the Will of the Wisp folder will have your key rebindings.txt file. And you can bind all those to one key. You can't actually do that when you're in-game. You can't bind them all to the same key while you're in-game. Alright. But anyways, now we have something known as a Sentry Jump. And that's going to allow us to build a lot of height. Right? Here we could get the Spirit Light. I'm just going to skip it. I don't need it. Next, go ahead and grab that energy crystal to bring you up to 2. And then right after you cross this cutscene trigger, go ahead and skip it. And then, boop, we're going to Sentry Jump up here. I got a short one there. Sometimes they're short, sometimes they're long. Okay. Great. And then we're going to come down here. Before we get the tree, we're actually just going to descend here. Get this energy cell fragment. And then go ahead and do a Sentry Jump out of that. And get the bow tree. Thanks for the great explanation. No problem. Yeah, we're just doing a quick, like, this is what I'm doing right now. If you want to try it out yourself, this is like a good beginner route on normal difficulty. Okay. So then what we're going to do is we're going to equip our bow. I like to have it on F. That's just personal preference. Then what you're going to do is destroy this energy crystal and Sentry Jump immediately. Boop. And then that'll bring the energy crystal up to you because you have magnet. Right? Then stand very close to this left edge. Sentry Jump and hold to the left. We got a short one. So there, I only got a short Sentry Jump. No problem. Just land on this platform and Sentry Jump again. Then go ahead and shoot this crystal. Get the eye. Great. Then just go ahead and lure that guy over. Destroy this energy crystal. Make sure you're standing far enough right. And then go ahead and Sentry Jump. If you're fast enough, right when you're at the top of the Sentry Jump, you can shoot your bow down at this guy before you start falling. And then double jump after you let go of the arrow to get up here. If you miss that, the energy crystal should be back when you're back down there. So just destroy that energy crystal and sentry jump again. If that happens. Don't worry. Don't worry if that happens. Right? Okay. Great. Fantastic. Let us keep going. So here, what you can do is right after the game saves, is you can quit out to the main menu. And then just mash proceed, whatever your proceed bind is. For me, it's spacebar. And that'll actually skip that cutscene. Currently, in real time, which just basically means the timer doesn't pause, this loses about 1 second. It's a little bit less than 1 second. However, with a load remover, it might actually end up saving time. So probably with a load remover, I don't know, I haven't timed it yet myself, but it's just something to be aware of. Next, you have two options. We're gonna get this lifestyle up here. You can destroy this crystal and sentry jump again, or you can walk underneath this crusher and jump on it and get this lifestyle. It's a little bit quicker to sentry jump here. Voila. But you wanna make sure that you're on full energy at this point when you get this lifestyle. Great. And then just drop down and head to the right. Then here, what you're gonna do is double jump and use 2 to 3 side attacks, and then double jump off this guy. If you don't want to do that, that's totally fine. And then you're gonna sentry jump. If you get a long one like I did there, just go ahead and land on this guy, double jump, do 1 to 2 side attacks again to get over here, and then activate the lever. Okay. If what happens if you get a short sentry jump, just go ahead and land on this guy, and then sentry jump again. And then you can land over here, and then progress like that. So don't worry if you get a short one there. No problem. So we're going to be coming back to this area. This is actually the exit to the area towards Bash, right? And that's going to be over here. There's going to be a thing that you have to shoot with the bow, okay? Right? But here's an energy crystal, which is nice because it's going to fully refill us to 3, so go ahead and get that. Then here, what you're going to do is you can actually jump pretty far off this ledge. You see that? You can actually jump very far off this ledge. So go ahead and jump really far off of it. And then side attack your way over to that pole. Then jump up here. This is important. Jump over, bow this right eye, and then sentry jump up. You want to bow the eye first, because if you do this, what'll happen is it'll just catch this block and you can skip the natural progression towards the puzzle. Then if this guy's especially rude like he is now, just go ahead and kill him. Oh, and then push the block onto the pressure plate, which opens the next area. Be a little bit safe, push it a little bit further, because you can get a soft lock where the block falls off and the door closes. Then right after you walk into here, just go ahead and sentry jump and kill this slime, drop down, break the energy crystal, and bow the eye. Then do another sentry jump up here, come over here and activate the lever. So here it's going to be very important that we get back to this platform. Don't go down. Don't go down. You do not want to go down. Then break the crystal and sentry jump before the energy catches up to you. This is important to make sure you have... Yeah. And then just continue on to the right. And keep going right. Then here's zigzag. And keep going right. Keep going right. Want to keep going right here. Okay. Fall down here. That's right. We're still going to the right. Down and to the right. Then here's a little bit of a zigzag. Right? A little bit of a zigzag. And then go to the right. And make sure you're on full energy here. Then just another sentry jump before the rhino spawns. It's going to be a nice little time save. Boom. And then this opens the door to Dash Tree. Before we go over to Dash Tree itself, we're actually going to do something that's going to be very, very useful to us. It's going to be going over here, doing a sentry jump, and then coming over here and activating this pedestal. Then right after this cutscene starts... Oh, no, never mind. Sorry, I'm thinking of something different. So just watch that. But we are going to go ahead and do this. Right? You can break that crystal if you want. You don't have to. Just want to make sure you have 1 energy, and then you can sentry jump here to get this energy. Okay. And now there's a couple of things that you can actually do. Zalazar, Zalaraz, thank you for the sub, by the way. Here we're going to try and activate sentry, and then activate the tree. Then you're going to dash once, right? Actually, I think if I take a death, that's not great. But here you want to fall down and make sure you collect this 200. Then just come back over to dash tree and sentry jump on up. But there what I did was I activated sentry and then I activated the tree. If you do that, you can enter that cutscene and do the blind movement. If you're not comfortable with the blind movement, just watch the tree cutscene and then just go over and get that 200 EXP. Great. Then coming over here, we don't actually have to sentry jump here. You can just do the casual movement. And then here we're going to do another pogo on this slime. Oh god, no. Too close for comfort. Too close. Okay. So here we're just going to pogo off this guy. Uh-oh. Oh. Nope, we're going to take it down. That's fine. That's totally fine. Pogo, right? And then I can double jump. If you miss that, what you can just do is do a sentry jump if you want, or go for the pogo again. Then here, we're going to go ahead and do another sentry jump to get up to this pole. And then do a double jump like this. Right? Whack that guy out of the way. Then come over here, and then do another sentry jump, and then dash over. Right? And then here, I'm actually out of energy, which is not great. If you're out of energy, just come up here and do this casually. I'm going to take a death here. That's fine. If you take a death, it's nice because it gives you an energy. And then if you have the energy, you can sentry jump there. Then just go ahead and go past that rhino. Right? Oh, alright. Don't worry if you have to do this casually like I was doing. Not a problem. Then get the lifestyle fragment, and we're going to do this spirit trial. The reason why we're doing this spirit trial is because it gives us 1,000. 1,000. This is probably slow, but I like doing it anyway. Yes, I'm going to export this to YouTube afterwards. Right? And then just remember the sort of general progression here. Right? We're going to fall down and head to the right, and then here's a zigzag. Right? Zigzag, and then to the left. Oops, I fell down. Oh no, if you fall down like that, just jump up. You have plenty of time to make this. Right? And then just hit ESC, and we got 1,000 there, which is very, very nice. We're going to use that to upgrade our Reckless and Resilience runes, as well as get, like, some extra life for safety. Then coming over here, go ahead and jump off this flower path. These guys are being rude to you. Don't worry, just try and jump past them, or just take your time and kill them. Then grab this energy cell fragment here. This is important because this is going to fully refill our energy and bring us up to 4 max energy. Then if you're not on full health, I mean if you only have 1 health, go ahead and take an intentional death on those spikes. Because right here we're going to do a sentry jump. Then break the energy crystal, sentry jump. Break the energy crystal, sentry jump. Come over here and shoot the bow up at this little eye. And that will open your way to this way shrine. Thank you. Yeah, no problem. No problem. Okay. Then coming over here, you want to sentry jump up. And then here's just a forced cutscene for this. Didn't realize deaths heal you. Yeah, isn't that cool? It's very cool. So over here, you're going to want to make sure you're on full energy. So just go ahead and save the game on the way shrine, which will fully refill your energy. Because over here is going to be our first, it's our second major boss sequence break. So here, this boss fight triggers right about here. Right about here. If you walk over this line, the boss fight will trigger. However, this trigger, as well as the trigger on the right side of the boss, only will activate if you touch the ground when you're in the trigger zone. If you're in the air, it will not trigger. So what we can do is stand over here, sentry jump up, right? Then if you want the spirit light, just go ahead and jump up here. Air dash and double jump into this guy. Then jump over and double jump one more time, right? There's a trigger right around here or so. So if you land too far to the left, you will trigger the boss. But if you're far enough over to the right when you land here, which is very easy to do, you will skip it. However, that trigger zone will still be there when we backtrack out of there, okay? Then just go ahead and zigzag here. Oh. What I like to do is do a sentry jump here if I can. I missed it, no problem. Just grab the tree. Just grab the tree. Great. This is another one where you can do some blind movement if you use sentry. I'm just not going to do that. I'll let you experiment with that if you want. Then I like to come over here for the spirit light. It's a good amount. Okay. Next, over here, this is going to be a really tight and cool optimization. What you can do is right after you bash, you can jump out of that bash with a double jump. It's easier if you're on the floor because then you don't get shoved down, right? So just bash the projectile up and then bash again. And that will get you enough height to get up there. If you just bash off this projectile alone, you'll notice it's not quite enough height. Optimally, what you can do is you can also double jump out of that after you bash it. And that allows you to get enough height. Then here, you can sentry jump up once. Use this guy. Come over here, sentry jump again. Bash off this guy to get the spirit light. Okay. And so here, I'm going to talk about a little bit of a speed tech thing that you can work in. Is if you start a dash while you're touching the ground, a wall, or a ceiling, you can dash twice before the game stops you from being able to dash until you reset your dash by touching a ceiling, a wall, or a ground. Okay? So here, I can dash twice because I started my dash on the ground, right? Similarly, right? If I start while touching this wall, right? I get 2 dashes before it resets, okay? So with this, what you can actually end up doing is canceling out the first dash if you started on the ground, wall, or ceiling, right? With a sword attack, and then dash immediately again, right? And if we chain this together, right? You can actually end up dashing very fast, right? And the trick is you want to start the second dash immediately after you start attacking, right? Right? And then here just locks you from being able to dash, right? So you just walk into this. Yep, and so that allows you to build a bunch of speed. But remember, every 2 dashes, you must touch the ground again. If you don't, you'll run out of dashes. Right. So here, go ahead and come over here for a bit of progression. This unlocks a cutscene that we need. Right? And then just go ahead and come over here. Make sure you're touching the ground anywhere between here, right? Where I'm just hovering with my mouse in order to trigger this cutscene. Because remember, if we don't touch the ground, we do not trigger cutscenes. So you can accidentally skip triggering this cutscene and then that door just won't be open. But if you accidentally jump over it, don't worry, it's still there. And remember what I said about this boss cutscene? It's still here and we want to make sure we skip it. So double jump, dash, right? Oh no, I hit it anyway. You can actually walk a lot further than that. We want to try and bash off that lantern if we can. Wait, actually, I might sentry jump there. Let me think about it. I think I sentry jump. Maybe I sentry jump. I'm trying to remember. This is really weird, right? You can just sentry jump here and then bash off that lantern to just guarantee you get over it. All right, that's what I do. Next, go ahead and jump up here and use this guy's shot to break that wall and get this Gorlak ore. Get this ore. It actually saves a lot of time. It saves a lot of time. Then, just spawn this guy by going far enough over to the left. that allows you to go through. I've actually never tried the skip. This is a recent development. There's a cutscene here where the guy's gonna be like, hey, you broke my wall. But if you jump immediately when you hit the ground, you skip it. No, I missed it. I got the first one. But if you get just far enough over, you can just skip this cutscene. That's okay, I missed it. Yeah, that's okay. I can just call it. No, leave life split up. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Just ignore the timer. Okay. So here there's a couple things you can do in this area right after you get here. There's like a couple of sentry jumps you can do to get enough height. If you do this, there's some nice little bits like this guy right here. Right? So I like to collect that one. And then there's one right there, so I just go over and collect that. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. And then you just come over here to the left and talk to this guy. Hey, bud. Yeah, view projects. So this is why we got the ore, is to repair this teleporter. This is important for two reasons. One, you can teleport back here if you want to shop later, right? But also, now we no longer need to be on a waypoint to fast travel. If you do not repair this, the only way to fast travel to a waypoint is by going to a waypoint, okay? So don't do that. You want to repair this, and then you can just fast travel whenever, wherever, right? Then just go ahead and heal up, unless you want to just go around and get some more items and shit. I actually don't know how much I have right now, off the top of my head. And then just go ahead and shop. The things I like to get right now is just the vitality. I just buy vitality. And this is just going to be used for the final dungeon, honestly. You can get extra energy if you want. But yeah, I get vitality. Oh, whoops. I always forget to swap over. You can swap over. So from the shop menu, you can swap over by pressing E, I guess is my bind right now. Then the things we're going to upgrade are Reckless ×2. Boop. And then Resilience ×1. Alternatively, if you want to play a bit safer, just do Reckless once, and then do Vitality like once or twice or something like that in place. Or do Life once, and then Resilience twice, or Resilience twice. It's up to you. It's up to you. But yeah, that's just like what I'm going to be doing for shopping. This is just to be able to deal more damage, because on normal difficulty, things have extra health. And so at the very end of the run, this does significantly speed up the boss fight, the final boss fight, as well as the second to last boss fight that you have to do. And then some other encounters as we progress through the game. Great. Next up, I'm not going to equip the life shard right now. I just have Reckless and then Resilience to help take away some of that extra damage we'll be taking. And then Magnet, because I just freaking love Magnet. And then once we get into the final dungeon, we'll unequip Magnet and put on Vitality. Great. Great. Okay. Then next up, from here, you can just go ahead and sentry jump and head to the left. Next, you can bash up twice off of that guy. When you bash once off of him, that'll actually cause him to get launched upwards with you, and then you can just activate bash again. Whoops, 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 whoops. Whoops, whoops, whoops. Ah! Alright. That's fine. That's fine. Okay. Then up here is some extra spirit light if you want to go shopping later. You can totally do that. I'll probably do that in this one just to show off that you can just come back and shop again later. Right? And then just keep going up. And then once you get up here to the doggo, we're going to head to the left. Then here you can sentry jump over and head on over. Then here's a cutscene. Great. Triple jump's too expensive to be worth it. Yeah, I find that extra, like, triple jump would be great if it led to a sequence break. But right now, we have sentry jumps, and that gets us enough height. Then here's the cutscene, and then we're gonna head to the left. Do I use the sword at the end of the run? Yes. When I played around with spear, the spear didn't The spike, it's called spike. It's like a javelin that you throw. Didn't deal enough damage, right? Yeah. To be worth it. Right, you can kill that slime if you want. Then over here, just go ahead and go down. Land here. Equip heal on your bow bind, right? And then just go ahead and heal up. And then get this energy cell. Alright? Next, what we're gonna do is we're gonna try and bash off that fish without touching the water. And then dash over. Bash off the lantern, and then you get over there without losing any. Hey, Gratz down 100%. Alright. Then, coming up here, what you're gonna do is you're gonna damage boost on these spikes, and then jump up quickly while you still have iframes, and that'll get you enough height to get over to the slime. If you don't damage boost, you can barely make it, but it's a much more precise jump. So I'm just gonna show the damage boost off. Just like that. Then, coming over here, just go ahead and hold on to this. We're at a little bit of a weird cycle. Oh no, I missed it. That's okay. If you miss it, just go ahead and come on up. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, okay. Well, we're gonna do this again. Shit. Alright. Okay. I'm just gonna play this safe. There we go. Then coming in here, you can come over here for this EXP. And then just go ahead and exit. Great. And now we're gonna go ahead and enter on in. Yeah, it's a bit of a cutscene. Here's a good time to take a sip of water. Or coffee or whatever. Yo, nice, I 100% in normal as well. That's why I 100%ed. Hammer would be great, but it costs 800 Spirit Light. And I found Reckless to help a little bit more than Hammer when I tested it out. Question, I'm not going to answer that question, Keko. That's not very useful right now. I'm also not entirely sure what you mean. But here, we're just going to go ahead and come over here, right? You have a few options. You can, like, come over here, right? Jump off this guy, jump off this guy, and then, like, land there on this guy and then go over. What I like to do is come over here. Instead of jumping off this guy, you can dash twice, jump, and side attack to get over to this pillar. Then if you want, you can sentry jump over here, or if you want to hold on to the energy, you can just jump up like this. I do suggest sentry jumping off this guy. And then we're going to come up here, sentry jump once, sentry jump twice, get this energy crystal, which will increase your max energy, as well as fully refill your energy. Then coming over here, if you're standing right about here, you can just go ahead and sentry jump up and get through that section. Then coming over to this little door bit here, go ahead and sentry jump up. You need a tall one. If you don't get a tall one, just keep trying in slightly different positions and you might get it. If you don't, no worries, you can just come back after you get grapple. Then what you can actually do from this position, I'll try and show this off. Yeah, see, this was a short one. Boop. And there was a tall one. Great. Is you can dash into this guy and then dash through like that. Then coming over here, make sure you're standing far enough over to the right. And then just be careful with where you bash that slime. You don't want to bash that slime to the right. Yeah. And then here's the tree. If you want, there is a little bit of EXP here. Just make sure you grab that before the tree if you want it. Damage boosting to the top right at the start of the section. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what that means. I would have to see it to tell you yes or no. Then just go ahead and sentry jump up. Oh, the slime was a little bit off. If the slime was a little bit off, don't worry about it. Just sentry jump over these spikes. I took some damage, so I'm just going to do this. I'm going to take a death to make sure I'm on full health. All right, sentry jump over. Yep. And then if you miss the lever from the sentry jumps, you just do this puzzle casually and do the lever now. I already got it. And then come over here, break this crystal in order to get back to full energy. This is important. Then coming over here, just go ahead and sentry jump. Here you can do another sentry jump if you want, or you can hold on to the energy by just using this little thing to swing yourself up, and then just dash and get over here. Great. All right, fantastic. Then here's an energy crystal to fully refill on energy if you want. Just try not to take damage if you can. Here, if you're fast enough. Oh, whoops. Oh, I'm out of bounds. Whoops. Now I'm stuck out of bounds. Okay. Alright. Alright, I'm stuck out of bounds. Oh, now I'm in bounds. And now I'm dead. Alright, that's new. Alright, so just go ahead and fall through here. If you're fast enough, what you can do is get through this hole. If you miss it, don't worry, just wait. And then here is an arena. So here, every single time you attack, it actually resets your double jump. So you can do that to stay in the air, but also double jumping allows you to attack again. Then as you're waiting for this door, just make sure you fully heal up. And then just go ahead and enter this cutscene. So here, there's a really cool strat with the bow, where you like stand right about here, bow, and then dash to the left. So we'll go ahead and try and show that, right? All right, right, you stand here, whoops, and then bow, and then dash to the right. If you get this, this will save a little bit of time. If you take too long with the setup, it doesn't actually end up saving time. But here, if you do this successfully, you'll just start over on the right instead of on the left. So it's a nice little optimization. All right, here's going to be one of the coolest sentry jumps. So just go ahead and get over here. This one is very precise. This one is very, very precise. You're going to want to stand anywhere around here. If you're standing too far to the right, you'll get hit by these spikes. If you're standing too far to the left, you'll get hit by these spikes, right? But if you get hit with these spikes, what you can just do is double jump up off of them. And if you're fast enough with your reaction for the double jump, you're able to get up here really quickly. Then go ahead and sentry jump again and come over here. Then just grapple up on this thing. Sentry jump. If you're fast enough, you can sentry jump again. Oh no, oh no, oh okay. And get past this laser, if you're fast enough. There, I just unfortunately got knocked back. But that's okay, this will allow me to show this off again. So I'm gonna wait for the laser to end. Sentry jump, I didn't get a long one, so I was not able to do it. That's okay. That's totally okay. All right. All right, cool. And that big sentry jump sequence break earlier on with that like really precise one is very important because it skips having you to do that huge puzzle where you're turning the level around multiple times. Great. So right now I am low on energy. I do not have a lot of energy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fall through here, right? I'm going to land here, which is going to save the game. And you can do a couple of things. You can get this crystal here, or you can just take an intentional death, and that'll get you some energy back. We only need a little bit. We only need a little bit. Then coming up here, go ahead and grapple. Damage boost to the left here. Break this energy crystal to get a little bit more energy. And boom. And then just go ahead and progress in here. All right. Over here's some Spearlight. We're going to get that. And then we're going to head up to the escape sequence with, you guessed it, sentry jumps. Great. Okay. This is going to be complex and it's going to be hard to explain. Here is a very dark black thing. And you're going to try and pause the game when Ori walks past it. When you walk past around here, the game is going to force Ori to walk left into the cutscene where the big slime dude reaches out and grabs you. If you are able to pause the game, the frame before Ori is supposed to duck, and then you unpause and repause, on the frame Ori is supposed to start a duck animation, you will cancel out that duck animation and die. And this will skip the cutscene, causing you to enter the escape fast enough. I will try a few times to show this. So the setup for this is I'm going to slowly walk into this, pause when about half of Ori's face is past this black pillar, and then pause buffer, which means unpause and then repause the game as quickly as possible. So you go unpause, repause, to try and just move the game ahead one frame at a time. And if you do this correctly... No, I'm too far. I paused the game too late. That was my fault. All right, so I'm going to try a couple of times to show this. Okay. Yes, this is on normal. This is not on easy. And then coming over here. There, I got it. And so now I skip this cutscene and I'm in the escape a little bit quicker. If you don't get this, this is not like super important, but it does save a bit of time. Then through this escape, just go ahead and get through it. Here you just want to be holding to the right. Just hold to the right and try and be on the right of this, right? Then grapple there. Grapple here. Just try and grapple that one as soon as you can. Dash, grapple, dash, grapple. Then here we're just doing some dash cancellations. In this upcoming section, it's going to be extremely important that you do not do dash cancels here. You can just dash into it, but do not do dash cancels with your sword attack. If you sword attack the same time as you hit the end of the chase, if you hit the trigger for the cutscene trigger for the end of the chase, and you sword attack into it, you will soft lock your game, and you have to do the entire escape sequence over again. So just don't dash cancel, just dash across. You can do like a few dash cancels at the start safely, but I just suggest not doing it. Just dash across. Just dash across into the end cutscene. And boom, we now have cleaned the water. Great. So now that we've cleaned the water, we're going to start heading to the right side of the map because we need one more skill, and then we can do probably the biggest sequence break in the game, which is known as Whisk Skip. And then we will just go to endgame. So we're pretty much wrapping up the run pretty heavily now. But now, because we repaired this thing, we can just go ahead and fast travel out. We don't have to wait. And you're going to go to this waypoint. You can shop now, but I suggest shopping a little bit later if you want to shop for a little bit of extra safety. Woo! Okay. All right. Fantastic. Here, once again, remember that there is a cutscene trigger here that you do not want to activate. So just go ahead and make sure you don't touch the ground, right? And then here you can actually grapple up now. Whoops. Ah! All right. Dash. Hello? There we go. That was a little wonky. Once again, sword canceling with the dash. And then here, right after Ori walks there, you can skip this cutscene. Go ahead and do that. Yeah, and then here's a nice little small cutscene where they're going to be like, the water's clean, hooray! I believe, I can't say anything like officially because we're talking about it, but I am almost certain that there will be an easy and normal split for the categories. Up here, just go ahead and breathe. There is a piece of an energy cell, I believe, like right here. I believe. Yeah, there is. We don't need that. Just skip that. You don't need that. Just skip that. So over here, you're gonna pop up to breathe, and then we're gonna come down here. We're going to bash past this guy, and then stand here, float up. Uh-oh, I'm dead. I'm dead. That's okay. You want to be a little bit higher in the water there. Okay, so just gonna show this in quick succession. Just go ahead and breathe. Come down here, bash off this guy. If you get that, he won't deal damage. then be high enough, and then float up, and then you can float up here. And then over here, swim up and to the left, grapple, and then you can cancel out of that grapple. All right. This section, I always take a lot of really silly deaths. So here, there's a bubble. We can skip that one by doing a dash trick there. I'm pretty sure you can skip that bubble as well. I'm just bad at it. Whoops. Yeah. And then just go ahead and continue. Whoop. Great. All right. Over here is a keystone. If you're on a good cycle, you can get there fast enough. And then just go ahead and sentry jump up to the second keystone. Great. Now just go ahead and put the keystones in the door, and then we are going to be reunited with Ku. Here it's advised that you heal up now if you want. You can just go ahead and heal whatever health you lose. Because right after you enter this cutscene, you're going to lose the ability to use heal right over here. Right over here. There, it's a little bit faster to land on this ledge and dash off, because you get, like, further over to the right. But this is fine. And so now we have Ku. So now we can't use regenerate to heal while we're on Ku's back, but what you actually can do is fire the bow at, like, the little hanging plants. And those break, and those each have, like, 2 health in them each. Thanks, Nightbot. All right. Oh, we're gonna find a skip for the Ku section? Yeah, I don't know. It would be interesting. There's gonna be a lot of good stuff discovered. A lot of good stuff discovered. All right, now we have Ku. So Ku's shtick is that they have a glide, which is just like Feather from Blind Forest, right? They also have this push ability, where you can just like reveal some stuff. Then here, it's a little bit faster if you're just standing on the left, but the safer one is to land on the right. Then holding glide in these, as you know, is going to allow you to float on up. Go ahead and grab this Spirit Light too if you want to shop again later on. And then here, get this keystone first. And then we're gonna bait this guy over. So I think you can just, yeah, just fire the bow at him instead of like floating away. Then glide and land on this platform for safety and then jump off of it. If you want a little safety, you can just go ahead and break that. And then as you're floating up, if you have magnet equipped, it'll grab those health for you. And here's the cutscene. All right, next up, this guy, I think, respawns if you're a little bit slow. That's totally okay. Just avoid him if that is the case. Break this guy, drop down, float over, enter the keystones, and then while the key door is opening, if this guy is on your butt, just go ahead and take him out. Then here is a few really high EXP value ones. So you can just go ahead and grab those if you want to do a little safe shop later. Here you can just float up. Oops, using glide. I messed up. No problem. There we go. Boop. If you need more health, you can break these guys for a bit more. While you're floating up, just go ahead and break that and float up and to the left. Allows you to sneak through here. Here's some more health if you're worried about hitting some spikes. Bow that thing to be able to progress. Here's some more Spirit Light if you want to shop a little bit later. Once again, you have to wait for this bubble anyway, so. Whoops. So here in this section in particular, this is gonna start breaking apart, but you can make it up to this wing before that happens and jump off, saving a little bit of time. And then you can jump off this guy and float over. Great. Cool. After the prologue, yeah, right? So the funny thing is, even if you don't hit those chimes, Shriek will still respond to it. So here, right after I destroyed this thing, you can actually just double jump and get on this guy, saving a little bit of time. If you're worried about your health, just go ahead and break one or both of these things, right? There's no reason not to just quickly heal and then let them magnet to you. Oh, no, I always make this mistake. It's over here to the right. All right, so right when your UI disappears, if you have your UI on, that's when you can skip the cutscene. And then here... Oh no, oh yeah, this isn't it. Sorry. So here we have to move a little bit. Here we get control of Ori. Even though Ori doesn't have the capability to dash, you can still double jump. And that's going to be useful for some movement. Let's walk to the left, and then here's a small little unskippable cutscene. And then we're going to go down into the right. Right. So here you can just double jump twice. Get up. Come down here. And then this one is like right when you step around here. Right when Ori slows down. At that big, long, gnarly branch. You can skip the cutscene. And then the moment the music starts for the like sad area, you can just skip the cutscene again. So we're gonna skip 2 cutscenes there. Then go ahead and open up your map. You could shop now, but honestly, I would just wait on shopping. You're not gonna get anything now that's gonna be useful from the shop. Okay. Now we have Feather, and we're going to go ahead and backtrack through this section. Oh yeah, so the game unbinds your my sword and then my sentry from this. So just go ahead and re-equip those, and then re-equip heal if you want. Don't really need bow for the rest of the run. And then you can sword cancel through this section, right? Okay, here's a skip that I'm just going to say I haven't practiced this. I've never tried this. I have tried it. I've never gotten it. I'm not going to talk about it. You can skip this section here. Don't worry. I'm not going to even do that. I'm not going to talk about it. If you want to see it, just go to the Ori Discord, right? I'll link it down in the info down below, and then just look up the skip. All right. I think it's called Shriek Skip or something like that. But don't worry about it, right? Don't worry about it. I was gonna say, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I don't know how to do it perfectly. I've seen the clip. I've tried it a few times and been like, man, whatever. I'll learn it later. But you can skip this entire sequence here. But that's just something you can learn after you learn the route. Alright. So pretty much it's like... Oh. When Shriek turns their head, that's when you can go, right? So you can go like immediately after they turn their head there. So waiting, and then look for the turned head, you can go. And then just go ahead and hold up. Notice how I'm holding up, but it's just not going to launch me over the side, right? And then the turned head, right? I like the sentry jump there. Cool. And we're in windswept place. Very important. If you just did that little like hiding section that I did, make sure you land on this well. Make sure you land on this well. You don't have to save or anything, just land on it. Right? Right, there's spikes here. And here we are. Windswept Wastes. Alright. So here, I like to jump up here to this thing. Get 2 dashes, and then just grapple these, right? It's a little bit quicker. But just go ahead and work your way on over to burrow. Here's like a sentry jump you can do. And then I just dash through that section without sword cancels. Oh, yeah, I always forget this. And then when you get here, just go ahead and sentry up twice. If you get a big one, you can do it in one. There's a bit of extra energy if you want it. Oh, and I died. Whoops. That's okay. Okay, that's unfortunate. Oh. And then come over here, stand about here, and then sentry jump up. You should be able to get a high one. If you don't, just go ahead and land on this little, oh, whoops, that little guy there and sentry jump down. And that's it for the sentry jumps. And then just go ahead and sword cancel, which I'm not doing a great job of. And here is burrow. Burrow, burrow, burrow. And this is going to be the second to last skill we're going to get for the run. 20% normal. And then right after you get it, open and close your map and then open it again if you want to teleport out quickly. Or you can just wait a little bit, jump, and then open the map and teleport out. And then we're going to go back here. Okay. This, if you want to shop, this is the optimal time to shop a second time. But really, it's just optimal to not shop again for shards and skills and what have you, right? But here, what you're going to do is right after Shriek jumps into the air, just go ahead and open the map. Just open it. And then teleport either here or over here to shop, right? What happens because you activate the teleport is you become invulnerable. So even though there's an instant death trigger that ends up going off, Ori cannot be targeted during that. And because Ori didn't take a death, it didn't revert back to your save. So, Shriek is no longer here. Then you can just go ahead and sentry jump up once or twice, right? And then you can come up here. And this skips the needs to get the wisps, right? And so we can immediately go into the final dungeon. Great. Then here, this is one of the main reasons why I get reckless. What I do is I bring these guys down to about half, using sword attacks with double jumps every 2 to 3 swings. And then when they're at half, I just bash through them, which is when their first attack should land. Go to the other side of them to dodge the attack, and then just take them out. These guys, you just have to wait for them to snarl like that, and then that's what starts their attack. Yep, sometimes they just don't snarl. If they don't, that's totally okay. Like there, he didn't snarl. So I just wait for him to turn around, wait for a few frames, and then I go to the other side. Then after you take care of those shield guys, that is going to open up this teleporter here, and then we're gonna go on through it. Great. Each time you go through one of those teleport tunnels, it will actually refresh your dash. So you can just very quickly continuously dash through this section. And then here, just go ahead and feather, right? And get launch. Great, now we have launch. Go ahead and equip launch. I just do it on my heal, whatever my heal is. So an important note about launch is that it will refresh your dash. So if you launch midair, right? If I dash midair, don't have a second dash, and I launch, I get another dash, right? So you can use that to your advantage, right? If you want to shop, just go ahead and come up here with 2 launches to grab this spirit light. It's quite a lot. And similarly to dash, if you touch a wall or a floor, it'll refresh your launch. So here, just go ahead and launch up and right, dash out, launch up, right? Then here, we're gonna go ahead and launch. Instead of coming over to this wall, I'm gonna stand at near the highest portion of this area. Double jump, and then launch, and then double jump again. Oh, there I was a little bit too low, so there I'm just gonna damage boost in those spikes and launch again. No problem. Nope. Easy peasy. Now we're gonna open up the end dungeon. So if I didn't shop, when is the time I should shop? Well, there's going to be a waypoint that opens up after... Well, you could go and get the waypoint now in this final dungeon, which is Willow's End. However, I am going to do the first 2 of the, like, goopy slime bubble things. I'm going to destroy those bubbles. And then I'm going to go up, get the waypoint, and that's when I'm going to go and shop. Do you need sentry jumps in Willow's End? Not really. There's a few spots where it's nice, but it's not required. That's actually what I do, you're right. So I actually unequip sentry and I equip heal here. So here can be spooky because all the pink things deal damage. But you can just go ahead and skip those. Excuse me. By going ahead and launching out, right? Okay, up here is going to be a really cool skip. Just go ahead and land here. We're going to launch, attack 3 times, and the 3rd attack is going to destroy this. When we attack an enemy, that also refreshes launch. So going like this, and then launching underneath this thing, if you're fast enough, and you launch down into the left, and then dash, you can get underneath this thing. Alright. I'm gonna focus and do this right. There we go. Alternatively, for a safer one, you can pull the bow out if you want to. I'm just not gonna do that. I'm just gonna do it with the sword. You did this casually? Yeah, I damage boosted underneath it, is what I did casually. This can cause a bug where your sound just stops. The way to get that back is by closing and reopening the game. Here, this is now a good time to grab this if you want it. Whoops. Then from this platform here, I'm going to dash twice and then launch, and then you can land on this guy. Do the same thing. If you need energy, there's an energy crystal there. Just be careful of these pink goopy guys here. They can just like get in your way and ruin your day. That's fine. Oh wow, I'm all the way back here. That's unfortunate. Okay. Yep, see that? So here you can just go ahead and launch like that. I don't even use grapple at all here, even though it wants you to. Alright. There we go. Oops. So if you make an oof like I did there, if you have enough health, if you have full health here, oh my god, that's so bad. Alright. Don't do that. Don't do that. I'm dead. I'm dead. Alright. That's fine. Alright. Make sure you have launch there. Alright. Alright. Here we go. Alright. Boop. There we go. Yeah, so just make sure you hold on to launch. And And then here's some like health and energy if you need it. But we don't, because this is going to be the second one I get. But here, for a little bit of extra safety, we should, if I did this correctly, we should currently have half of a health. So coming up and launching through this guy just brings you to this one here. And we should get, yeah, we should get our 6th health. And that is just literally for a little bit of extra safety. Then, coming through here, we're going to go up through this teleporter. Alright. And now, this is the time to shop. You come over here, get this guy, and if you want to shop, now's the time to do it. For a little bit of extra safety. In my PBs and stuff, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do a second shop. But this is when I would do it if you want the extra safety. My YouTube's just Covert Muffin 1. It's linked down below in the info. So here we're going to upgrade the shards. And the things I would choose to upgrade are resilience. Right? And then the health. That's what I would choose to upgrade. That's about it. You can like do some other stuff if you want. I don't know. Need it. Oops! Oh my god, the shame. Alright. Oh yeah, you don't even need to do that. What am I doing? Alright, so right after you're done shopping, right? Just open up the map and then teleport back. But make sure you get that waypoint. Make sure you get that waypoint if you decide to do the second shop. Cool. Alright. Alright. Here we go. This just is a backtrack point, right? Just go ahead and come over here to the right. So here, I'm going to try and show this off. Whoops, I messed up. Hang on. All right, we'll just destroy these. All right, so here what I'm going to do is I'm going to launch up like that, beta projectile from this guy, then shove this down, and then bash that over. And that allows you to skip having to do the entire puzzle. If you don't feel comfortable doing that, just go ahead and do the puzzle casually. There's no shame in that. You should be like going through here. Alternatively, you can bait a projectile by coming over here and then launching twice like that and taking a projectile from this guy. But things to make this easier is just make sure you bash the projectile as high as possible here, right, to get it into that corner. Oops, that was a mistake. Okay. So here I'm gonna bash it up, right, you see that? And that buys me extra time to get down here to the projectile. Okay. Healing! Great. Then I like to come over here. I like to do these in a counterclockwise pattern. So the secret to this one is what you can do is you can get underneath this thing, double jump, launch, and then you're just high enough to be able to get up there. Right? Great. That's about it. Yeah, you can use Spear to get past the barrier. If you want to spend the 800 on Spear instead of some extra resistances. That's also something you can do. But I think going back just to buy Spear is not worth it. And the Spear I did not like on the final boss. Or the second to last boss as well. Here you can just bash off these guys as well. Alright, here's the, hey, look, it's the objective. I know there was a plan to make a randomizer. I have no idea in terms of where the development of that said randomizer is right now. I have no idea. Okay. Let's go ahead and take your time with these as well, right? Boop. Right. So make sure, like, after your second or third sword slash, you double jump. And then you can get the last few. If you just do 5 in a row and complete the combo, right? Like, there's a small little cooldown while you're in the air before you can start attacking again. Then you can just go back down and backtrack through. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Be careful of that spore there. And then we're gonna come over and do these right side ones. Oh, I'm dead. No, I'm alive. Wow. Cool. Nope, now I'm dead, because I just launched myself into... Alright, so here you want to make sure you fully heal up. And this is actually where I would swap my shards out. So I would take away Magnet and take on Vitality. And then I would fully heal. Right? Boop. Alright, so this boss. There's some, like, really cool damage boost strats. I'm just not going to show them off. So once again, every, like, 3 slashes there's a show, so... I'm just going to go ahead... and double jump. Alright, the most important thing is that you don't take a death. As I almost take a death. So if you have to, just go ahead and heal up. If he shoots these projectiles at you, these deal really nice damage to him. Something like that. Something like that. Then just go ahead and heal. After you defeat him, this energy crystal is back, so you can just go ahead and break that. Oh yeah, oops. Then just pick a portal. And launch up through it. Alright, and then we have the final 2. So we launch up, land here, save. Then you can launch down through each of these. So what I like to do for this one is I like to launch up like this, touch that, and then launch again. Great. Alright, almost there. And then I come down and I do this one. Ah! If you're fast enough, you can get up there in time. Alright, if this guy's being sassy, you can just, like, just come up to this wall and ignore him. So here you can, like, stand in a single spot and crouch, and none of these lasers will be able to hit you. Oh, I'm dead. Where's that gonna put me? Oh, nice. So here, just make... Oh, shit. What am I doing? What am I doing? Just make sure you use the wind current, right? Ow. I'm dead. Maybe heal first. Play it safe. That's right. And you can come up here for this guy. Make sure you land here to save the game once again. Get through these lasers. And here, if you're fast enough on the glide, You can glide up, launch yourself up and to the left when you're just past the middle mark. And that'll allow you to get through without waiting for it to come full circle again. All right, final boss time. So here, you don't need to worry about your health. As long as you don't take a death like I just did. Ah! Ah! No. No. Sorry, I'm a pro speedrunner, I swear. Alright, final boss time. And then questions. People have questions. Alright, so for the final boss, or is it right there? I think when the music starts is when you skip into it. So here you'll get a full refill on everything. So with this boss, the first phase, really, you just want to, it's mostly just like, ground-centered attacks. So you just kind of stay in the same spot. And then if you have to launch, just make sure that you are able to get up enough height. Oh, okay. Alright, so this is a little spit out. And now we're in the second phase. So here, you want to try and get as far over to the right after you notice that the first phase is over. And that will allow you to start the chase sequence further to the right. But once again, why didn't I get a dash back? I must have just been midair. That's fine. That's fine. Once again, after you use launch, you get another dash. Right? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Alright, so I did not successfully refresh my dash there. That's fine. Here you want to go slowly through this. Wait. Okay, that's fine. And then here, go ahead and heal up. Okay, that's unfortunate. So here in the second phase, you're kind of... Oh, that still hit me. Wow. Oh, yep. All right, am I dead? Nope, I'm alive. So there, those little swoop directions, if you have a hard time seeing the black smoke visual cue for where Shriek is coming from, you can tell which direction Shriek is going to be coming from based on where Shriek is in the background. So if Shriek like swoops off up and to the right, it's going to come from up and to the right, down and to the left. So you want to just like launch yourself perpendicular to that. So that's the visual cues that I use. Then here, if you're just high enough, you just continuously attack and dodge all of those. Great. Then here, whenever Shriek goes into the background like that, I just go ahead and heal. And then bashing loses you time, but just feel free to do so. Okay. Alright, oh no, okay. That's fine. Oh, I'm dead. I'm dead. Oh, maybe not? Yeah, I'm dead. That's okay. That's fine. I'm not too worried about that. That's fine. That was a goof on my part. so perpendicular. And more feathers. Bad RNG. Laser breath. Almost. Oh, okay. Oh my goodness. Wolf-a-doofa, man. So you know you're not in the final phase if you see the purple feathers there. I'm very close. There we go. Okay, it was one hit away. So just make sure you heal really quickly, right? Just make sure you heal very quickly. And then Shriek, I believe, goes left to right on the destroyed floors. And then it's going to be a dive section. So here just... Oh shit, if you have to, just wait for those projectiles. Almost. You can actually end up doing that without having to do another bout of this. But notice how Bash also stops time. So it buys you extra time to anticipate where Shriek is coming from. So if you can bash and hold on to a projectile, that actually buys you a little extra time to be able to dodge that. Yeah, and that's it. And so timing as of right now is going to be when you lose control of Ori, but it's a little bit later than that because we don't have a good visual cue for when you lose control of Ori. So it's when, I guess, just like keep track of the leaderboard. We have an auto splitter and we're working on the specifics and we will have that information out. So just the Discord is a really, really good place to ask for questions. So if you're just watching this on YouTube and you haven't been to the leaderboard, go to speedrun.com/Ori_WOTW, all lowercase. I think that's what it is. I think that's what it is. I hope that's correct. I will put links down for both the community Discord as well as the leaderboard. Everybody's super welcoming, so whether you're just doing this for the achievement or you're interested in trying speedrunning yourself, this is just a really beginner-friendly route that we've come up with within the first week. I guess I came up because I didn't really watch much and I just did my own thing. But there's so much other stuff going on. There's an easy difficulty that's also has an additional sequence break in it, which is probably the more interesting 80% category. It's much shorter. This was done on normal difficulty, but this route would also work for normal. I mean, for easy. Of course it'll work for normal. This also works for easy difficulty if you want to do that and you don't want to learn another sequence break. That involves some blind movement. It's great. But yeah. So here's going to be the super sad crawl section, and so end time is going to be coming up. I've just been splitting when Ori's knee touches the ground, but once again, the end timing is probably going to change. Or it's going to be done via the auto splitter, so you don't have to worry about this. Which is hold to the right. Thank you, Jite. Yeah, it's speedrun.com/Ori_WOTW. Will of the Wisps. Alright. You can do it! And time. Time would be there. Based on how I'm timing my ending right now. But once again, we're still setting up the leaderboard, my god. Oh, man. But yeah, that's it. If you have questions, if you want to see something updated, I will most likely just pull this off of the, I'll probably keep it up on my YouTube, but I'll take this off the leaderboard under guides once we actually have something a bit more concrete. But somebody asked me to just do this, so I was like, yeah, sure, why not? And that's it. That's how you get started speedrunning Will-O-The-Wisps if you want a nice beginner-friendly route. Yeah! Cool. There it is. It's done.